What is up, guys? Big Clive 34 coming to you with really bad allergies today. I never had allergies like a year or two ago, and then one day it all just like hit me in the face, literally. Like, I feel like my head is filled with whatever, and it's just horrible. So bear with me here for just a minute. So if you've been like alive for the past week or so, you've probably heard about the Dodge Demon and its release. Like, this thing is literally everywhere. On Facebook the other day, I would scroll down and I could get like maybe one or two posts in of non-Demon news in between like 10 Demon posts. I think that there's one major point that everybody's missing about this car, or just not talking about, and I'm here to bring that idea to the forefront because it really seems like the most logical case here. I'm just gonna go out there and say right now that even if Dodge sold 0 of these things and had to give every last one of the 3,300 limited production cars away, they have already won in so many ways that it's just crazy. So all these people arguing back and forth and giving this car more notoriety, they're just putting the icing on the Demon cake, essentially. Why am I saying that? Well, basically, from where I'm sitting, the Demon is a pretty badass car, but they didn't design it to compete with anybody. They designed it to be a pioneer and a tool for marketing. You guys don't realize how expensive marketing is and how expensive good marketing is. And this is basically a marketing powerhouse move. And these guys have essentially done what nobody has done before. I don't know if you noticed the other day or watched their reveal party thing. I watched parts of it. One of the first things that they talked about was how many media impressions this thing got. And I don't want to misquote it, but it was a very large number that would cost a lot of money to peddle advertising to that many people. And I think that even with just that number, they basically hit the nail on the head with what they wanted to do with the Demon. Why I'm saying that is because they could have a great marketing campaign to push these cars and sell these cars and make money on them because they're better than whatever they're competing with. I know people argue what they should compete with. No, they should compete with the Z06. No, they should be competing with the Copo, the Cobra Jet, the ZL1, whatever. And essentially, the car, I think, is in a class of its own, but I don't think Dodge cares about any of that. They wanted us, the consumers, to care about that, but they don't care about any of that. They want this thing to just be the best. They want to produce their 3,300, and they want to get out of Dodge. Pun intended. Yeah, you know you like that one. Because this thing is a collector's item that you drag race, and everybody has been talking about it, it has been basically, for lack of a better term, a vehicle to get their brand image bolstered. The car is badass, but I think that if you asked any drag racer, the $95,000 to $100,000 price tag that they're slapping on this thing is a bit high. And there's a point in that. If you've ever studied marketing or, you know, poked around with sales, you know about this thing called premium pricing, which is basically pricing something higher to make it look more valuable than it really is, which basically value, I guess, depends on the buyer, but they want to essentially take that Dodge name that a lot of people probably still associate with the mid-2000s, late 90s Dodge products like the SRT4 Neons catching on fire on the side of the road, and the Grand Caravans, and the square car that your grandpa used to drive, and bring it up to this, you know, higher class, better performance. They want to have a lot of image things going on here that they're accomplishing through the Demon. What is better to cause a stir than something that nobody has ever done before because they're afraid to do it? While Dodge has invested a lot of money into this thing, I'm sure they're not going to be hurt at the end of the day because they realize it's all a marketing effort and it's not really about the car at the end of the day, as much as they try and convince us otherwise. If you look at the numbers, there's going to be 3,300 of these things made at $100,000 each. That's only $330 million, which is a ton of money. But when you subtract out all the engineers and designers and the marketing team and all the hours of testing and all the new systems that they put in place for production vehicles, it doesn't really seem like they're making all that much money off of it. So are they pumping out 3,300 cars for no reason? Highly doubtful, unless they're just a company that wants to, you know, run themselves into the ground on purpose. What other reason do you think they would have to push the fact that this thing is banned by the NHRA if it goes into the 9s, which it should, what other reason would they have to push the fact that they basically built a purpose-built race car that you can't take to the track? Aside from the fact that it stirs up controversy and has people talking about it, that basically just kind of sums up everything. The fact that they wanted to stir the pot and make everybody talk about their new car and make it be the best at a lot of things. But essentially, there's not really competition in that category. So they knew they weren't going to sell many of them, but they knew they would be the best, and they knew people would be on board with this. And that's where I guess we're going to leave it at. So what do you think about all these opinions? Do you think that the Demon was a car that they actually put out there to, you know, make money off of the car itself? Or do you think it was kind of a, hey, this is what we can do, come buy our other cars, like the lower levels of Challenger and everything else? Essentially, this is saying, hey, we're Dodge and we're back and we can do all of this, and this is what we've been doing. Even if you haven't been paying attention, now you are paying attention, and this is where we're at, so come buy our other shit. So leave your comment below. What do you think of this theory? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think I'm a complete moron? I'm listening to whatever you say. Even if you think I'm a complete moron, that's fine too. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you all next Monday. And we have videos every day in between. So we're doing big things all summer long, all winter long. I will catch you guys next time. Wow.